I'm Nick Harcourt, and we're here again with Thor Steingraber, who is the Executive and Artistic Director of the Soraya. And today we're talking about a guy I feel very fortunate to have spent a little time with in the decade before he passed. We're going to be celebrating the music of Quincy Jones. The program is called Fly Me to the Moon.
Yeah, we called it Fly Me to the Moon because we're focusing on that time period in his life. When I was a kid, I came to know Quincy Jones through, Thriller and We Are the World. But, there's a whole world of Quincy Jones before that when he was a jazz man, a trumpet man, first comes to LA, early records, early TV and film. So we wanted to focus on that, and we're going to focus on that part of his life with the Pacific Jazz Orchestra. So we'll have a big band on stage, which will be perfect for covering that time in his life. We've also got two extraordinary singers in the mix, Jose James and Lisa Fischer. So that's exciting as well. We can get into some of that Ray Charles stuff, some of the Frank Sinatra stuff. We can cover a lot of material. But what's interesting is, when Quincy Jones passed away, I was expecting some major concert tributes to him. I was expecting that. And maybe the man just has such a huge output of work that we didn't see that happen. And so we raised our hands and said, we'll do it. Interestingly, we work with the Pacific Jazz Orchestra a lot, and Chris Walden, who's the director and conductor, was mentored by Quincy Jones, so he also has a personal relationship with Quincy. So we're putting together the evening now, but we're going to focus on the stuff, sort of late 50s through mid 70s. It's going to be a really fun night.
As I told you before we started rolling tape, I had the good fortune to work with Quincy through the last decade of his life, and just feel so blessed to have spent time with this man, because as you said, a lot of people think Michael Jackson, and they have no idea what sort of went before, apart from maybe Frank Sinatra. And there's so much, and music afterwards as well, through his management company and all the work he did there.
Huge. And when you think about the impact, Fly Me to the Moon is such an interesting story because that became kind of one of the anthems of landing a man on the moon in the early 60s. So what an important musical role he plays in our nation's history as well. So all of that's going to come together in a really extraordinary concert. Great music from a great music maker.
A tribute to Quincy Jones featuring the Pacific Jazz Orchestra with special guest Jose James, and who was the other?
Lisa Fischer.
Chris Walden conducts, and it's Saturday, October 18th, 8 p.m. at the Soraya.